morning, everybody. Hi. How's everybody doing today? Last day. Yay. Everybody's seen this presentation about 1,000 times, yes? Or some variation of it, right? So welcome, good morning. I want to talk to you today about the Wi-Fi Pros Slack group and introduce some people and show some stats because it is a public Slack group. Talk about the Slack group just a little bit and highlight some interesting things that I think I see along the way and encourage you to maybe join. So first of all, the admins for our Slack group are, and I think Phil is probably the only one that actually still looks like him in this picture, because Lord knows I don't, and Lord knows May doesn't. So if you see May, oh, stay here, my bad. Don't pace so much, huh? Okay, my bad. May, myself, and Phil co-admin the Slack group. There's May back in the corner over there. And wanted to make sure that you guys knew who we were in case you ever needed something. So first things first, right? What the heck is Slack? Slack is a cloud-based set of proprietary Teams collaboration tools and services. If you're over 40, it's IRC. Makes that easy, right? Clients available for every platform, right? So you can connect anywhere, and it's really meant to be a platform for unencumbered communication, right? No 280 character limitation, no real challenges as far as being able to type out a page of thought if you would like. Now, whether somebody's going to read it or not, I guess is a different story. But here's a sort of a sampling of the kind of channels that we have in the Slack group, so you can see some of the kind of topics that we talk about, right? Why? Why did we create this Slack group in the beginning? Well, May hit me up one day and she's like, this Twitter thing is getting out of hand. There's too many arguments, too much fighting. What the heck are we going to do? You can't talk to anybody. You can't meaningfully engage with anybody with the exception of sort of shots across the bow. And so we created the Slack group because we wanted to provide a platform for people to come and talk and so that they could have a bit more freedom as far as how they engaged and what they engaged. And what makes it so special? Well, it's for Wi-Fi professionals, right? If you're in the industry, we want you in the group. We want you to come. We want you to collaborate. We want you to lurk, read, whatever, right? We just want you to be there and be a part of the community. And we talked about who runs it and who can join. We'll talk about it here in just a few moments. As a moderator of the Slack group, we try and throw up some stats just so that people see how the Slack group is engaging. We can see here that we started in 2017, and the stats have been growing, number of messages sent, number of files stored, those sort of things. Continues to be on an upward trend. These used to be a bunch of individual images. This is essentially the lifetime of the Slack group weekly averages users. And I put this up to show a couple of interesting things. We can see some very cool trends, especially at the end of the year, right? We see these December dips every year. Right at the end of the year, everybody goes on vacation. Another interesting trend we see is the WLPC effect. Every February, we get this spike of users that come in, largely because of this presentation and being here in this audience. Now, I don't know what the heck happened over here in, 2021, but clearly nothing, right? Messages. This is, again, lifetime view of the Slack group about where messages are being read. And you can see in the bottom, it's largely public channels. And we do not a lot of private messaging as far as how people are reading. Again, just interesting sort of usage stats on the group. Where messages are sent is a little bit more convoluted, right? Purple is public channels, and then red is indirect messages. So what we're seeing is that people are using the platform for sort of a healthy mix of private messaging and then public messaging in the channels, which is kind of cool. How can I join? Well, please, no proxy invites. We get asked on a fairly regular basis, hey, can you send Bob, here's his email address, an invite for me? We try very, very hard not to do that. We want to make sure that when people join, they've engaged us and they have told us what their preferred email address is, right? Sort of a little bit of a checksum so we don't just open up the floodgates and let in bots and all that crap. You can contact us. Lots of ways to contact myself, May, Phil. You can hit us up on Twitter, you can email us, you can email me directly, you can send smoke signals, you can flag me down, I'll add you right away on my phone if necessary. This is the information I would like you to share. If you are trying to encourage people to join, this is the stuff that I would like you to say. Please don't tweet this. For this week only, you can go to this address and you can sign up without having to ask me for an invite. If you are not a member, I would encourage you to go to this address, and when you go to sign up, we would encourage you to use your play email address, not your work email address. As it turns out, people change companies from time to time, and we have to re-invite people on a fairly regular basis who are already there. So, or you can just scan the QR code, and then that will work as well. Haha, just kidding. I'll throw it back up in a second, don't give me grief. We do have some rules of engagement. I'm not going to read them all, right, but we like to make sure that this is a family show to a certain degree. And so we have some rules in place to make sure that we sort of protect those that are around us. And we do have some vendor channels, right? Those vendor channels these are not sponsored, they're not funded, when the people aren't paying for them. But we do understand that there are some people who do like to go talk to vendors specifically. And so we have some vendor channels set up for that type of engagement as well. That's it.